What's up, suckers?
I used to go watch a band. I say, I could do that. I could do it better. I could do it louder, faster. And that's how I evolved into playing the way I play.
We were kind of the gateway for the next generation of punks, the kids that would eventually define hardcore. I didn't get into hardcore. Hardcore happened because of people like me.
You're listening to Dead Air, 2 hours of the best the punk and hardcore scene has to offer. Now let's stop talking and let's get to moshing.
Put the metal claws up. What's up? You're listening to episode 53? Man, I always mess up on that. I literally have to go to my phone every time, like, about the goddamn number of what episode we're on. I'm searching. Oh my god, I'm so 50. Yep, I was right. 53 of Dead Air. Took a small break due to just personal life and job changes. Shit sucks. I wish I could fucking do Dead Air full time. That's all that's all I'm saying. Like, it'd be my dream. And hopefully one day it will. My dream will be fulfilled of doing stuff like this, doing, you know, radio, DJing just full time as a passion and a career. I've been putting that aside for like jobs that just that a lot of people have to go through the same fucking shit. Just me complaining. Anyways, episode 43. This week we got Matthew from Philly band Fixation. We'll talk a little bit about their newest record and just all the cool shows and shit that they got going on. They're also playing This Is Hardcore. We'll talk a little bit about their upcoming set. Talk a little bit about This Is Hardcore. Dude, this played a lot at my last job. This is weird. Anyways, some fucking Priest. Started off this set with some new music from Trail of Lies. Heavy as always, with new single Fearless off their latest 7-inch on Triple B Records. I fucking love Triple B. You fucking know this. I've been a Triple B fanboy for, I'd say the last, 8 months of this show. A Triple B release comes out, and I'm like, fuck, this is tight. So, they have their 7-inch titled Fearless streaming all over the fucking place right now, and then it's up for pre-order as well. So get that shit on and popping. Go to triplebrecords.limitedrun.com for them details. Get some Trail of Lies merch, maybe. Doubt it. Probably fucking sold out. Let's not fucking kid ourselves up in here. And before we get to the business, just letting you know, Dead Air is now on two more radio stations across the world. This one was a cool one that I got one of them was a really cool one that I applied to, I think, once last year and then another time earlier this year, and they finally hit me back. But purerockradio.net, an awesome rock station that's been tearing up the internet airwaves for over 20 years. I'm really excited to join the lineup. So shout outs to Rich and that crew. And another historic thing for the show, we're going to be on in the UK now. United Kingdom, not in the fucking country of United States of America. I'm so excited. Ripper Radio. I cannot literally. I'm so pumped about this. They've given us so much amazing support. Just already I see a ton of buzz just on our show in the UK. I'm just wow. I'm so happy about this. This is super cool. Shout outs to the other radio stations that have kept us going. Podunk on Fridays, and Renegade Radio has been spinning our stuff all over the place. So thank you. And also always thank you to NWCZ Radio, the studios, and Daryl. We have it all on DeadAirHardcoreRadio.com. You can check out all the places we play. The insanity continues. Even with having a crazy fucking weird year, I've been able to pull off getting some really awesome shit going and off the ground, and I'm super happy about it. I know most people are going to look at the website and be like, that is just basic. I'm like, that is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something just really fucking simple. This is so you can be on your mobile devices, stream the show, just click, click, click. Also, all these stations also have other mobile ways to listen. I believe Ripper is going to be hosting our episodes on their website as well. Just amazing, cool things, amazing support. And from just those stations picking us up, just has a lot of awesome people hit us up. So the latter half, we're in the halfway point of 2019, could be gearing up for a really awesome latter half. I'm just where my personal life isn't work the 9 to 5 or 9 to fucking infinity is not the best. This is there's still some really cool things, and be adding some people to the ranks for the website very soon. If you've hit me up in interest about that, just give me a little bit of time. I'll be getting back to you very soon. The weekends are kind of all I can do as far as the networking. So please be patient, and I will get back to all of y'all. So back to the show at hand. We got some new music from Sanction off Pure Noise Records. Radial Lacerations. Sanction has a new record coming out in July 26th. Get them pre-orders. They have a video out for this. It's so fucking heavy. Like, it reminds me of kind of like the direction of bands when I was about a decade ago, like there was bands like Advent really trying to make this sound a thing, and it just wasn't, they weren't ready. And like, they're just such a polished, awesome, like metalcore sound that's like, but also has stick their roots in really, still stick their roots in DIY and hardcore. And I fucking love it. Dope shit. So we're going to play that, and then we're going to get to our weekly edition of our my favorite little game show, This or That. We'll be right back. You're listening to Dead Air, 2 hours of hardcore radio.
Disgust, made this like good sound. Here goes!
Flower Chains Collective.
I felt like I was watching a dream I'd never wake up from.
DIY clothing you can't get anywhere else.
Now you have something to look forward to after you die.
Information at flowerchains.us.
All right, it's time for This or That, where we pin bands up against each other. And as always, we start off with last week's poll, SSD versus Uniform Choice. Wanted to talk on a couple things about this because I got, I'm getting, the little, I guess people think that, you can't compare the bands, but that's the point. You gotta just see which one you think is better. It's not that hard of a fucking question. Like, I'm not doing it to always what makes the most sense, like something that sounds exactly like each other, because these two bands do not sound exactly like each other. The thing that they do have in common is that they're straight edge bands. So, and they came in the same area of time. That's all. And I am acknowledging that. One, I personally like the sound more. We're not, that's all. If you think it's a wild pick, fuck it. I said it. I'm not unsaying it. And personally, I think it's some gatekeeper bullshit. Like, if you're really going to say you can't really compare the bands, or somebody told me to take down the poll, even though you're my friend, I think that's just silly and pointless. Like, you need to listen to yourself talk. I'm not always the most knowledgeable in every fucking band that I do. I'm a fan of the music. I learn new things as I go along. Just like I am not the encyclopedia on all hardcore. I am merely a fucking fan. There you go. There's my piece, especially if you think I'm pulling some uninformed bullshit. There you go. So, even though somebody thought that I should pull it down, Uniform Choice won by a landslide. I also forgot, I guess keeping in mind, Like Glue is a fucking banger. Okay, so there's some SSD joints there. It's out there that I'm about, but just overall, Uniform Choice takes it home for me personally. There we go. So I talked last week about Uniform Choice, and that I was going to listen to Staring into the Sun for the first time. So here's my official review. The first two songs are fucking just... I don't think it starts getting anywhere near listenable for me until song 3. I believe and here's the thing, I listened while I was cleaning my room, so there's somewhere in between where I believe it's either somewhere between track 4 and 7 where there was like the best song, I believe. There was one song that was like, if the rest of the album sounded like this, I'd be super about it. It's just the vocals, I see kind of hear what they're going with. That it has a lot of like future like pop punk vibes for what's to come in the 90s, but it's just I think the vocals aren't there. I think the instrumental is pretty weak as well. The arrangements are not very capturing. Like I said, it doesn't get listenable for me or cohesive for me until song 3, like just like as far as like cohesive songwriting in general, to where I can say this is a song. The rest is just like, oh, this is whatever. It's just like for a band that has super strong releases like Screaming for Change, this is just, and I am one, if you know me personally or have heard me talk, I love oddball hardcore releases. This is not the one for me. There's one, like I said, there's one song like, okay, if the rest of the record could sound like this song, I'd be about it. So that's all I gotta say. That might have changed my vote a little bit, having that song, having this knowledge in my head. But regardless, it is what it is. Uniform Choice won this week. We're going to get to the next poll in just a few minutes. You're listening to Dead Air 2 Hours Hardcore Radio. We're going to play a song from Uniform Choice right now. Use Your Head. Be right back. Here we go. This week's This or That. It's kind of sunny time, so I just and somewhat did some brighter, more singier punk bands. Something a little, I wouldn't say pop punk, but definitely chiller than some of the other mosh bands and straight edge bands that I have been doing for this segment. And this actually goes back to the very first one that I did with my old the host before me, K10, did this Civ or Shelter. I already posted it, and I got another one of those comments so far. We're still letting the stuff go, through, get all the, feedback, but, you can't really compare the two. I feel like this one, you can, just because of, like, the hardcore roots in these more alternative sounding bands. I can definitely hear where, I guess, Shelter is more, in my opinion, alt rock. I guess Civ is definitely more pop punk. So I guess there's that. I guess, yeah. That's all I gotta say. They're still both rooted deeply in hardcore, where one, Shelter, is Ray Capo, Youth of Today. Ray is also in Better Than 1,000. I love Ray's bands, even Ray and Purcell, which is Ray, Purcell, and a drum machine. Better than, in my opinion, than Staring into the sun. Yeah, anyways. Shelter. Fucking love that band. I'm not as religious as I once was, but I definitely connect and respect the Krishna message. The Krishna message in bands like 108 and Shelter, and I got nothing but respect for the very positive vibes in the religious message coming from these bands and from this band. Also, they just make some fucking killer ass music. I was first told to listen to this band roughly, I don't know, 8+ years ago from none other than Rusty Rat. And yeah, I mean, if you know him in the area, you know that's not fucking surprising whatsoever. And I definitely fucking fell in love with the sound of this band and Ray's voice. Still does some shows today, with a band that's been around since 1991. Of course, there's going to be some ins and outs. There's going to be some lull times, but I mean, they've been I don't know what to fucking say. Like, when I first listened to Message of the Bhagavat, I was like, some fucking good ass shit. And then I honestly, poser moment, Newfound Glory covered one of their songs and I had no idea it was them when I heard it like 10+ years ago. So I heard the Newfound Glory it was one of those things. I heard the Newfound Glory version before the cover song, before the actual real version. So there's that for you. Civ, another band I didn't get into until later. Definitely not 100% my cup of tea. They do have another one of these ones where they do have songs that I do like, but I've always gravitated towards Shelter's overall just sound and positive mentality and lyrics. And Ray just doesn't do bad music, in my opinion. So it goes to Shelter for me this week. Civ versus Shelter. Go to facebook.com/DeadAirHardcoreRadio and cast your vote. I don't give a shit. Even if you say, hey, you make shitty polls. Okay. Make some better ones, okay? Make some ones that please your friends. I'm still getting people, who are, if you have some suggestions for me, slip it in my email. DeadAirNWCZ@gmail.com. I'm more than happy to listen and get some more polls fitting to what you want to talk about. All right. We're going to play songs from the bands. We're going to play Mantra by Shelter and Living Life by Civ. Then we're going to play a few more songs, do a little block, and then get to our interview of the week with Fixation. Be right back. Listen to Dead Air.
Contemplate the pointless chase that traps me and my a place where I belong. And where did we go wrong? Will it last real long? Are you too singing this song? Sometimes I feel it. Sometimes I feel so all alone. And yes, I must confess, I feel so far from home. Sometimes I feel it. Sometimes I feel so all alone. And yes, I must confess, I feel so far from home. I hear what you're telling them, telling me. How can you take yourself so seriously? Why don't you save it for us? Don't want to be falling for your bullshit lies. Time to close the door. I can't, I won't. It's all I can take. I live my life in a different way. I can't, I won't. It's all I can take. I live my life for every day. You don't have anything nice to say, no support for anything going my way. How are we to grow? Nothing left for you to show. The enemy telling me nothing that I need to know. I can't, I won't, it's all I can take. I live my life in a different way. I can't, I won't, it's all I can take. I'm living life for every day. What did you say? Why don't you say it to me? I hear what you say, but it's never to me. No, it's never to me. Sorry if there's nothing going your way. Sorry if there's nothing going your way. Sorry if there's nothing going your way. I'm not taking it. No, I'm not taking it. I can't. I won't. It's all I can take. I live my life in a different way. I can't. I won't. It's all I can take. I live my life for every day. I can't. I won't. It's all I can take. I live my life in a different way. I can't. I won't. It's all I can take. Living life for.
Send us an email at deadairnwcz@gmail.com if you have any requests, even if it's top 10 Christian metalcore breakdowns.
I'm freaking straight edge.
Love no one else. Care for no one's existence but your own. Fight only for yourself.
So that's Gara. Me. I understand now. I'm alone. I'll no longer care about anyone or love anyone else. I'm all alone. I am all that matters.
All right, we're back. You listen to Dead Air. So before we get into our interview for the week, got some more songs. We followed this up with some new music. A band, just because I fucking love the name, SandxCoffin. No Love. SandxCoffin. Fucking Naruto. Good shit. Decided to put another song in here real quick. Yeah, an all Naruto themed hardcore band. Believe it started out as a one-person project. I think some people have thrown their talents and gifts into this. They've been doing this for a couple years. Low-key, I just started because I didn't want to be that person as far as someone who likes anime. I didn't actually start watching Naruto till earlier this year, and I fucking love it, honestly. No fucking shame. Call me a fucking poser. It is what it fucking is. Like, I've just been wanting to... I've been, before I get into the latter half of shipping and all that, I just wanted to have time because a lot of the rest of the versions are all subtitles, and I really need to focus when there's subtitles. Like, I need to laser in. I got no focus. So we followed that up with some new music from Forgiveness Denied, straight edge, awesome fucking straight edge band with Mandatory Militance. We're going to be talking to that band in the next couple weeks about their new record. Then we go all the way to Seattle, back home, down like an hour and a half away from the studio. Odd Man Out. They have a new record on Pop Wig called New Voice. We played a couple songs off that record. Idols and Retribution. You can go buy it off the Popwig store. You can also buy it digitally on iTunes and stream it on Spotify in its full. So go listen to that shit. One of our fucking biggest bands in the Northwest area. Always fucking doing huge things for Seattle hardcore and the world of hardcore at large. Followed that as another band that's doing a lot, playing a lot of cool shit, I believe. I think RJC, Regional Justice Center, is also playing this hardcore. We played a couple tracks off of the Regional Justice Center Wound Man split on Atomic Action Music. Came out actually in April. I missed that a little bit, so I'm a little late, but it's all good. We played Regional Justice Center Aspirations. We're gonna play this. We haven't played it yet. We're gonna play some new music right now, newish music by Regional Justice Center. We're gonna play Aspirations and Wound Man, pound for pound. Check it out. Go to Atomic Action Music and buy the record, download the record. Two awesome fucking bands. So gonna get the fuck out of here, and then we're gonna get to we're gonna get to our next interview. Sorry, I keep forgetting. It's I guess, you know what? Doesn't fucking matter. There's some weird information on Regional Justice Center, even though they're it says they're from California, even though they're legit straight up from here. I guess their members are from. I guess there are members, I guess, from California, but yeah, they play fucking music here. Whatever. I'm gonna not dwell on this. There's obviously a reason why it's labeled like this, and it's confusing my mind. So we're gonna play that music from RJC and Wildman, and then we'll be right back with our interview from Fixation, listening to Dead Air, 2 hours of hardcore radio. We'll be back.
Then they caught up to me, and they broke my neck. And I put 15 months in the hospital. But they made one mistake. They didn't break it big enough.
You're listening to Dead Air
Hardcore Radio
on NWCZRadio.com.
Blee.
All right, it's time for the featured band of the week. This week, we go to Philly. We talk to Matthew, singer of Fixation. Matt, how you doing?
I'm great, man. How are you?
Awesome. So let's start with the icebreaker. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and how you got started in punk, in hardcore.
I was probably 10 or 11 when I started actively pursuing my first punk and hardcore bands. I stumbled across a couple things at local record stores. I got the Op ID Energy LP, and I got Out Come the Wolves by Rancid, and was sort of bullied into buying the Connecticut Fun compilation by a guy-owned record store. Sort of overall, problem kid growing up. So looking for a soundtrack to such was pretty much inevitably stumbling across punk and hardcore. So that was it for music. And then I guess within about a year of that, I found another kid in my area who wanted to play in bands, and we started like a D-beat band about 12, 13. And it was just kind of natural next step, getting involved in the local scene from there.
And as a band from the Philly area, are you excited to play This Is Hardcore?
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I mean, Joe puts on a killer fest every year, so I'm, last couple of years I've been sort of helping run hospitality for the bands in the fest. So it's really nice to be able to play the actual stage. Last year we played one of the after shows. We played with Harvest and Archangel. And so, yeah, I'm really excited. It's going to be really cool.
This year, specifically, I feel like there's a lot more newer bands that I'm more psyched on than actually the the big headliners. I think they're doing real cool because usually they just oversaturate with, not that it's a bad thing, but with tons of huge names. But I think it's really cool the amount of actual like new blood and stuff that have just been released over the last just a couple years, bands that are not that old. So
yeah, I agree. It's good. It's great. I obviously I'm really excited about the headliners. Like I've always loved Gorilla Biscuits. I'll never get tired of seeing them when I can. I have missed them a lot, unfortunately, over the years. Something's come up every time. Really, they've reunited within 100-mile radius of me, so it's nice to not really have to go out of the way to see them this time. So that's going to be cool. Love Save the Day. That's going to be sick too.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
I'm excited to see the Cro-Mag set. I really love that they play Philly on a regular basis. So I'm excited.
So let's talk a little bit more about your band. How did the band specifically? When did the band specifically get started?
Well, this is a pretty new band. I mean, we didn't even record that demo until the end of 2017. So, we played our first show in late January of last year. So, I guess it's about a year and a half-ish.
And as a band, just what's been like the overall goal of the band? Is it to tour, just play shows, or just get whatever comes your way, or just what is the what's the plan? What has been the plan?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to say what a plan would be. There's a lot of parties between me and various goals. I can't. One of the both fun and frustrating things about playing in a hardcore band is that you don't really get to decide what happens next for your band. You just sort of take opportunities as they come. There's only a certain amount of quote hard work that you can do to avail yourself for opportunities. But we've been touring since day one. By a weird twist of events, our first 4 shows were out of state. We did a short run with Leeway for our first few shows. So we played Ohio and some fests in Texas, and then St. Louis and Kansas City. So we kind of just hit the ground running. And I guess if there's a tangible goal, it would just to continue to grow in doing that. I mean, we've not gone 3 months without some kind of run. We right now working on about a 3-week tour for the end of the summer. That's going to be really cool. With a couple different bands. And I guess, I don't know if there was a mission statement. We just want to play and have fun. We're all, young guys. We're all in our 20s. We've all been playing in punk and hardcore bands since we were in middle school. This is kind of, let's see just how much fun we can have, I guess is the goal.
So with all that practice, it's pretty with all kind of that together history in bands, it's been pretty easy to keep it consistent as a band, is what I'm gathering.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not actually from Philadelphia myself. I spent a lot of time in Philly, as a kid, because of playing in a punk band. But these guys have all been playing in bands together for over 10 years, and it definitely, I will say, getting the ball rolling has been much easier, since we've already all done it for a long time beforehand, respectively. So a lot easier to get things going once you know how to drive the thing.
So let's go into the latest piece of music that you released, titled "Into the Pain." Tell us a little bit about let's get inside your head a little bit about what do you personally like to write about when you're making a record?
Okay, yeah. I mean, everything's about something a little bit different, you know. A lot of my that first 7-inch, you know, came out last summer and in the demo and stuff. It's really, you know, I can't think of a better word than it's really impenitent. It's really unapologetic. You know, it's a lot of venting. And I think this release and, you know, what we're working on for the next thing is a lot more introspective, a lot more, you know, re-examining maybe thought patterns and behaviors of my own, and you know, maybe some other dimensions of stuff I've gone through. You know, Into the Pain wrote pretty much the whole thing about like one, you know, time period in my life that I felt like I had a lot to unpack. And so, you know, outside of, you know, prompted conversations like these and like with my close friends, I'm not a guy who shares a lot. So using, you know, the ability to write and, you know, think through stuff has been kind of a major outlet, specifically with this band. So, you know, sometimes it can take a couple releases to really get through something.
With the type of kind of, I really like Into the Pain because of just like, it's raw, it's quick, it's to the point. What are some if there's like one band or one specific sound that you would say that has catered to what you do in Fixation, what would it be?
Yeah. I don't know if it's one band. We obviously draw an influence from your general scope of hardcore and punk, but like, you know, things have changed since even we started. You know, Mikey, the guitarist, and I started this band with the idea of doing like a cut the shit, government warning, you know, career suicide type deal. And, you know, as time went, obviously we ended up being a little bit harder than that. You know, a lot of people like to compare us to like that, you know, early mid-2000s Boston sound, you know, Rival Mob, you know, No Tolerance, Waste Management, which we obviously all love those bands. But I guess, you know, this release, you could juxtapose with that. Obviously, I love 80s hardcore. Like, I grew up on, you know, New York hardcore and Boston hardcore from the 80s. Like, I love SSD. You know, I love Youth of Today. I love Negative Approach. But I guess as time goes, you know, we're expanding a lot more. For Into the Pain, you know, I think we're keeping it kept it pretty basic. A lot of Boston hardcore. I guess not really one band, but that era, I guess.
Do you think you'll stay on that one lane, or you think even the future is infinite as far as like a sound? Because like, you know, some bands will, you know, specifically like the Rival Mob, they put out some amazing records and on that one sound, and then they're, you know, they've been gone in the wind. And then there's other bands who just go all across the board with different records, different sounds. Is that something that you think you would ever do, or do you think you would stay specifically kind of gathering from this lane that Fixation has been in?
Well, I obviously love the kind of music we play. We're about 3/4 done with a new LP right now. So I can definitely have a little bit of insight into where the direction is, and it's definitely evolved. You know, we have drawn a lot more influence from other places on the new record.
We kind of talked about you have This Is Hardcore, you have some shows. If there's any other place in the world that you would want to play before, like, you know, Fixation ever, quote unquote, called it quits, take a hiatus, whatever, what would be a place or places you would want to go?
Well, we're kind of go mode right now. So I'd really love to see Europe in the next year or so. That would be really great. We're hitting Vancouver on the next tour. So, we can cross Canada, I guess, off the list, but I'd like to play other places, Calgary, Montreal, Toronto. I'd really like to see more Canada as well. I guess for the time being, I'd really like to do more of that. We've yet to really, other than playing that one show in Dallas, we've yet to really explore, the Midwest and Southwest, other than Chicago and St. Louis and Kansas City. We haven't hit, Des Moines or Louisville, Kentucky. We haven't hit a lot of those places I'd like to see in the Mid or Southwest. So I guess I'd say we have a lot of ground to cover.
And last question, as a newer band, what are some of your favorite other new bands that you've come across and that you've got to play with over your time so far? Shout out time.
Well,
yeah.
Our first year was, we got most of our shows were tours. Our year was a couple of dates with Leeway to start. We did 4 days with Miracle Drug. We did a weekend with Rule Them All and Vantage Point. Then we did a week with Vitamin X from Amsterdam. And then we did a week with Regional Justice Center. And then we played some regional stuff in between. I would go as far as to say that, we've been fortunate enough to tour with most of the bands that I would recommend. The Northeast has a kind of a new wave of hardcore punk that, done by hardcore punk kids who've been playing in bands for a long time. There's us. There's this band called The Fight from Long Island. It's really great. Restraining Order from Massachusetts is awesome. Rule Them All is phenomenal. I love Rule Them All. Vantage Point's great. I guess that sort of new wave. And, for the West Coast, our Regional Justice Center is really cool. I was really fortunate to be able to see them for a week straight. I guess those are probably my recommendations and some of my favorites so far. Is those four.
Hell yeah. So we're going to play a couple songs and jet on out of here. We're going to play No Class and Spare Me from your new record, Into the Pain. Tell us about those two songs a little bit.
Spare Me is pretty straightforward. Spare Me is just getting sick of talk. It's there's a lot of rhetoric. I exist because I'm still in hardcore. I exist largely in an echo chamber. It's kind of just hey, just shut the fuck up, please. I don't really care to hear you talk anymore in a 45-second song. And No Class is a cover. It's a Reagan Youth song. But it seemed fitting. My first band when I was a kid was fortunate enough to play a few shows with Reagan Youth. I got permission from the only original member that I know or have talked to. And, that song, I didn't write it. But my guess, just based on the lyrical content, it's about not really being ashamed of the kind of problem person that you are and, being a badass or whatever. So it seemed kind of fitting for a record about being sick of everything to cover a song about not being sorry about it.
Check out Fixation's new record, Into the Pain. They're going to be playing a lot of shows near you and also playing This Is Hardcore this summer in Philly. All right, we're going to play Spare Me in their cover of No Class. All right, you listen to Dead Air, 2 hours of hardcore radio.
I almost forgot about you, you just a fucking twat.
Dude, I got some fucking
Dead air.
at work today, dude. Hell yeah. My mom told me if I wait for things, like, good things will happen to me, dude. And fucking I waited for some things and I got
Dead air.
at work today, dude. Hell yeah. So it just goes to show that waiting for things is, like, worth it. But there's a lot of bad things in this world, dude. Like fucking skunks, dude. Hell no. Scratching your eye, but it's still fucking itchy, dude. Hell no. The fucking Cubs, dude. Hell no. Like getting paid not a lot of money, dude, for fucking working. Hell no. But
Dead air.
I fucking work, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro.
Go to facebook.com/deadairhardcoreradio so you can check out all of our playtimes and listen to the podcasted show so you can listen to our fucking show at work, bro.
This is the sound. for soul. the cavalry is kicking in your door. Gotta lose this war. Gotta lose this war.
Welcome to the other side of reality.
All right, the end of the show is coming. Let's get to the music that we played real quick. As usual, we do our big block of music. We after that interview, we played Spare Me and No Class by Fixation. Finished that up and started off with new music from Gazm, Deadbolt. To the UK, new music from Petrol Girls, The Sound, Hushed with their song Back to Back, Angst with Decay of All Purity, Gelded Eyes by Maladia, new demo 2019, new music from Total Massacre, hashtag Be Best, off of their latest record, The System Works. LOL. No LOL. Anyways, Extended Hell with Mortal Wound, new music from Instructor, Parasite, a new 3-song release from Resonate from California, song called My Wave, awesome fucking heavy music from Dead and Dreaming, Godspeed, some cool shit. Some interesting early 2000s kind of new metal-y alt shit from a band called Adrenaline, masked out from the East Coast. Check that shit out. I fucking love it. It's kind of dope. Some of it kind of reminds me of Uba Steak. LOL. Do some music from Torturer, Ritual Abuse, then followed up by Zealot with Magnetic Field of Dreams, Living in Fear with their song Revenge 2, Creeping Chill with Diseased Generation, new music from Cruelty with their song Trauma, music from Eugene, Oregon, some metal, screamo, hardcore hybrid, Born of Dirt by Senza. They have a new record that they just came out with called Even a Worm Will Turn. I saw them with See You Space Cowboy back in May, middle of last month. Cool shit. Awesome fucking energy. Then to Portland, we have Deadwitch. New music from them with I Have Let Me Down. You can get all the info on DeadAir.hardcoreradio.com when we post this. We'll be posting it on Sunday nights now because we'll be playing our show Wednesday through Sunday at all of our networks. Go to DeadAirHardcoreRadio.com for all the networks that we play on currently. And then Facebook.com/DeadAirHardcoreRadio for the full playlist. All that will drop. And our website. Full playlist. Everything you want to listen back on, just in case you missed anything. But don't miss anything. You can hear it live throughout the week on all of our amazing networks. So that's what it is. Very excited for this cool shit. Thanks to Fixation. Thanks to our... I'm going to start doing some more sponsor shit now that we have a website. So we'll... hit us up if you want to get shouted out, if you want to be a sponsor of Dead Air, Dead Air Hardcore Radio, or actually Dead Air NWCZ at gmail.com. Dead Air NWCZ at gmail.com. That's also if you want to be a guest, you're submitting music, you just want to give me some fucking hate mail or whatnot. So, future is fucking wide open for Dead Air this summer. Super fucking excited for this shit. Stay fucking tuned. Anything else I have like a minute left. Oh, we're gonna play some new music from Fuming Mouth. Heavy fucking tunes coming from this band. They have a new record out right now. Check it out. It's called The Grand Descent. From the Fuming Mouth from Massachusetts. And, oh shit. Anyways, we're out of here. We're going to play that song. And, we're going to have more shows. We're not going to be taking too many breaks this summer. We're going to keep trucking through. You've been listening to Dead Air, 2 hours of hardcore radio. Peace.